universe always provides road signs to you. You are never without that kind of help. The problem is we don't look for the road signs, A. B, we don't know how to interpret them sometimes because we are so set in our thinking and in our objective that we refuse to see the road signs that the universe provides us. But believe me, the divinity always gives you this hint or a nudge or an indication that something is either right and you should go ahead, or something is wrong and you should not go ahead. So we always tell you that please look for the road signs whenever you take up a new venture or you're doing anything for that matter. In any aspect of your life, it's not only spiritual, even your, say, a job or a business or any social venture, anything that you do. Now, what his question is, what Naveen's question is when do you know that when you face certain roadblocks, is it that the universe is trying to stop you from doing it, or is it just normal hurdles that you face, which anybody would face in that situation or in that path you would face normally? And which is not an indication to stop doing something. It's just that you need to go ahead by overcoming that hurdle. So when do you know which is what? Here you must be very clear. When you are trying to open a door, yes, you have to push it. Very rarely will things fall into your lap, come extremely easy. In that case, the indication is very clear. You don't need to really worry about what the indication is. It's clear, you have to go through that door. You have taken the right option, or you have made the right choice. But, yes, you do face certain resistance. Now you think, is the universe giving me a hint? Or is it just that I'm not pushing hard enough? This you have to decide and you have to test. Yes, there are times when you need to push a little harder. Maybe you're not pushing hard enough. Maybe you're not reading the signs correctly. So push it harder and see. Test it out. There are no standard texts that you will get to say that, okay, you're going down the right path, you're not going down the right path, this is the right option, not the right option. You have to test it out. You have to see what kind of resistance you're getting and how often that resistance is coming. If you are giving it 100%, if you are making the right kind of effort, if you are putting in a lot of hard work, and consistently you are meeting with hurdles, you are meeting with roadblocks, you are meeting with challenges which are formidable, obviously the answer is don't walk down that path. It's not meant for you. But push a little harder. Yes, challenges will be there. Yes, a couple of roadblocks will be there. Suppose you cross that roadblock, you make that effort, then you have another smooth run. Fine. Then don't burn your boats. Then possibly you have made the right choice, and just a little more effort is required, because sometimes you may not be putting in the right amount of effort, that's all. So you got to test it out. And it's an individual call that you have to take. I mean, you can't base it on somebody else's assessment or what has happened to somebody else. No, it is your call. You have to feel, how much effort am I putting in? What are the kind of roadblocks that are coming in? If consistently you are getting negative every time there is a challenge, every time you have to push incredibly hard, you are walking down the wrong road. You may succeed. If you push hard enough, you may open those doors, you may go through them, you may walk the path, but there was a better option, there was a better path to walk, and you did not take that. If you have everything going right for you, and yet sometimes another option comes up, do you take it? Do you see it as an opening, and do you take it? Or should you say, okay, I'm in my comfort zone, I won't do it? Now here again, there are no hard and fast answers. You have to test the waters. Say you have, for example, you have a very comfortable job. You're happy, you get a good salary. Okay, good colleagues. Not a monster boss. Okay, boss. Should you really look for another job? No. You're comfortable, you're getting good salary, you're happy. The universe does not want you to shake your life up. Don't go looking for a job. Just because your friends are all changing jobs, just because somebody is getting a few thousand rupees more, you don't know where you'll land up. You could land up in a worse place. In such a situation, you suddenly get a call from a friend or an ex-boss who says, listen, I've got a brilliant offer for you. Substantially more salary, a better position, a better company probably. Sure, the universe is showing you the way. Please take it. It's fallen in your lap. It's coming from there. It's coming from outside. You have not gone searching for a job. When such an option comes, and many people come to me with this, and I say, have you tried to do something? They say, no, I didn't even have it in my mind. I said, then take it. Because this is the universe's way of saying, you deserve better. In the same situation, suppose you're miserable in the job. You feel you're not getting what you're worth. You don't only have a monster boss, but you have monster colleagues also. Yes, then definitely look out for a job. Nothing wrong. Nobody says you can't better your life. Okay, look out. See what you get. So it's like that. See where you are. There are no hard and fast rules. But if everything is going perfectly right in your life, don't shake it up. Because you could land up in a worse place. But if you have a problem, if you're unhappy, you're miserable, sure come out of it. Sure look out. Or if you get an outstanding offer from without you doing anything on your part, again it's an indication you're getting something better, take it. If you let it go, fine, don't complain now.
Similar but opposite question. How many tries do you think one must do before giving up? Minimum. Because like you said, you keep trying, but there has
It's
to be
not, yeah, I know. There has to be a limit, of course there has to be a limit. But there are no number of tries. Yes, yes, I agree. You have to make, when you're testing the waters, please give your 100% to that. Maybe once, twice, maybe if it's very dear to your heart, the third time. If you feel the same problems are coming, the same hurdles are coming, then you know that, okay, I mean there's a time when you got to fold up. So you have to take, it's an independent individual decision that you have to take.
So is it that we should just give up on that thought, or is it that the time is not right?
No, you either modify your approach or you completely take another course of action. But something is not right here, and you need to change something. Either you change the way you approach the problem, or if it's not a problem, then you change then take the alternative to what you're doing.
So when they say, I mean, time खराब चल रहा है, this
नहीं,
is not the
time-
right time to do things. A lot of times
I know, you will have, see, of course, there are influences, there are astrological influences and some other influences also, but basically you will know when you are banging against the wall and when there is a smooth flow. Yes, sometimes the time is not right, and at that time maybe you should just hold back. If you keep facing the same problem over and over and over again, okay, maybe the time is not right, maybe the way you've done it is not right. Something says hold it, look elsewhere, stop, don't keep banging your head into the wall. So it could be the time is not right. Yes,
Approach that again after.
you can, of course, if it's still approachable after some time, you can approach it and test it out. Of course you can.
I have another question.
Yes.
Most of us have now tools
Huh.
where we can fulfill our dreams, goals,
Yes.
and we are trying a lot of those techniques nowadays. So I think most of us do try using Reiki or
Some
guidance
other
or,
technique.
no, some other technique. And then how far should we make use of? If life is so flat, then where does these tools stand?
You mean you're talking you're trying to ask me that if everything is pre-planned or predestined, but I explained that last time. Why do we need to use tools?
See, seeing the problem, okay, hurdles are there.
Hmm.
So can we use and see whether the energy can clear it or it's
Sure,
just
sure,
self-improvement
sure,
is
sure.
there?
When I said you make 100% effort, I mean use whatever tools you have. If those tools work, if the energy can clear the way for you, fine, walk through it. What the hell? Why not? But in spite of using the tools, if you are still facing problems, or they are not getting solved, or you're facing unnecessary aggravation and misery, then obviously you've got to rethink on what you're doing. That could be taken as a very strong indication that you're using your tools, you're using all the means that you have at your command, and yet success is not coming, or yet you're not getting the results that you want. Sure, it is a very strong indication. Think twice before ruffling your life up, which is going very smoothly, because
Yeah, that's
you are given a certain comfort zone. Now, if you are going to ruffle things up for some petty reason, or for just because you're getting a free, say interest-free loan, you say, okay, chalo, I'm getting an interest-free loan, I'll change my house and buy a bigger house, but you have to still pay the loan, and that may later on be a big burden on you, which you may not be able to manage it, or manage with great difficulty. So what I'm saying is that before you take such a step, you must feel the need to take that step. Or if you feel that an opportunity, a brilliant opportunity has come, something that you always wanted, and it has come to you, then you can consider taking it. I'm not saying you rule it out. Basically, when you're at crossroads and you do face challenges and hurdles, like we all do, we all face challenges and hurdles in life. Nobody has a super silken smooth life or a bed of roses. We do have challenges. Our goal as human beings is to mitigate those challenges and meet them with as less misery and destruction that we can do to ourselves, and make our lives as smooth as we can. Now, as he says, yes, sometimes the universe does place those challenges for your evolution also. For you to grow, to come out of ignorance. You may not know anything about these things, but when you get knocked down, you probably sit up and say, hey, why the hell did this happen to me? And then you want to know, and you want to find out. So yes, sometimes those challenges could be eye-openers. I agree. But when they are eye-openers, you got to see them as eye-openers. If you just keep banging your head against the wall and not see them, then you're not learning, you're not taking the opportunity that the universe is giving you to learn something. It's like that. So yes, sometimes the challenges are placed in your life so that your eyes open, so that you evolve, so that you learn something, how to deal with life better, and not repeat the same mistakes, or not make the bad choices again and again. So you have to, yes, you have to learn from every occasion. Sure.
Since childhood, we hear stories like we hear that
Are you a scientist? For scientists, is that thing is perfect. But otherwise, in daily life, you'll waste your time. You'll waste your time. Yeah, you have to try. That's what I said. You have to try. You have to test out. But then there's a difference between. See, we are intelligent human beings. You have to use your intelligence. If a door is closed and it's not going to open, and you're going to have to break it down, what use is that door to you after that? It doesn't provide you the security, right? Like that, if you break a door down, it's obviously the wrong road you're taking. So you've got to use your intelligence after that. Okay, you try. After that, if you don't succeed, then yes, you've got to see some alternative. Unless, as I said, you're a scientist. Fine, then you keep trying till you break the code. You know?
In fact, I agree because there are many examples of my colleagues who left the job, the comfortable thing, and then they came back because they didn't find the peace and everything over there.
That's what I'm saying. So you could land up, if you don't read the road signs, you could land up worse than where you started. Same topic?
No, same topic. Just one question is that many times like your mind says everything is good. Like for example, you said job opportunity, it's very good. Somewhere within you, there's a lot of reluctance to leave that particular thing up. Is that because we are all preconditioned, our vision is very limited? Should we take that as a road sign, or it's just that your mind doesn't want to get into that sort of challenging comfort zone? I mean, I get pretty confused many times.
To leave your comfort zone?
No, like many times it happens. You don't want to leave it and try. So is that a road sign? Or
No,
it's just
no.
that-
In certain things, your comfort zone is okay. But in certain things, you have to get out of your comfort zone. If it's see here, this is what I'm saying. Like I told Soma, in relationships, it's a different criteria. Now here, if it's a material thing, then what I said earlier goes. Now if it's personal growth, no, there you don't need to be in a comfort zone. There you need to challenge yourself. Say for example, your personal life, your talents, your spiritual life. They don't stay in your comfort zone because then you'll rot. There you must get out. There you must take the challenges. There you must grow. So there are different criteria for different aspects of your life. You can't apply the same principle. It's not one size fits all kind of a